continue my curiosities on Tanzania. I'm here at ATA's meeting in Uganda, and it's all about travel in Africa.
People forget that we are the majority, especially in Africa. We constitute the majority of the populations in our countries, but then so little is done, especially in tourism, to make sure that we promote young people as entrepreneurs, we promote them like job opportunities. But all that, I'm sure, is going to change soon, because the global trends are indicating that, the young people, we are rising in the number of people that are traveling, we're rising in the number of people, entrepreneurs. So I hope that is positive for the young people that are in here in Uganda as well, and that we can grow, not only as a nation, as Uganda, but also as Africa. So this afternoon I'm tasked with the opportunity to introduce to you two very special ladies. One is called Kim, and she's from /Rwanda/Senegal, and she will explain why. She's going to talk to you about her experiences as an ATA young professional. As you know, we're encouraging more people in Africa to join ATA as young professionals and also as members, as like if you have your own company. We advise you to join because we are trying to promote travel to our country, so we need to be members. And also there's going to be Jester who's going to talk about how to be an entrepreneur as a young person, how you can tackle and penetrate and become a team player as well. So without saying much, I'm going to leave this opportunity to Kim to give us her experience as a young professional. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kim. I'm from Rwanda, but I was in Senegal like a student. So my school sent me the first time to go there to present my school. Then I meet ITA, and I was there. Everybody was speaking about the experience. I was very excited, and I said, why not to be a member? Then I talked to Andrea, the one who was the chief of ATA chapter, YPP. So I had many dreams because my country, Rwanda, even you didn't come in Rwanda, is a beautiful country. The southern hills, the gorilla are not here only in Uganda. We have it so I became professional when I was 17 because I worked with IGCP, International Gorilla Conservation Program, and I'm an artist because I used to sing, to write poems. So when I entered with to be a member of YPP, so I meet many friends from everywhere. They speak about their experience, and I was thinking, why not to create a group, traditional dance, and I love Senegal, because Senegal, the culture is very rich. And I take initiative to be a member. Now I'm working myself. I try to attend to many congress. So I learn more. For me, YPP, it's a school. I call every student to be a member. You learn more to learn to school. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kim. So we're going to try to make this forum a bit, interactive, so that we can hear from you and we can discuss, because that's the whole purpose. So before you ask any questions, we'll just have the next presentation from Jester, and then we can try to discuss on the points that they were just saying. So Jester is going to talk about how to become an entrepreneur and her experience as a young entrepreneur.
Yes, I'll stay seated. My name is Jester, and I'm from Tanzania. I moved to the United States, I think, at the age of 12, after my primary school here in Uganda, in Entebbe, Kisubi Girls, if anybody knows that. And when I moved to America, I spent probably 15 years without coming to anywhere in Africa, period, or traveling anywhere. And during the absence of not being in Africa or in Tanzania, when I came back here, I realized there was so much that was here, so much to experience, so much that Africa has to offer, so much that Tanzania had to offer. And I started becoming more curious to find out where is the best place to have food, where is the best place to visit, what can I do in Tanzania, what can I do in Uganda, or what can I do in Africa. And from my curiosities with Tanzania, I ended up creating company called Curious on Tanzania, which is now I'm just beginning to putting it all together and becoming an entrepreneur. And one of the ways that I'm compiling my expertise is through attending different meetings that involve tourism. So when it comes to the tourism industry, I'm fairly new at it. By profession, I'm a dietitian, but I'm so fascinated about my country and I'm willing to learn about how to make it into a product that my clients who are in the United States will be happy to experience it.
Well, thank you very much. So at this moment, we'll allow for people, if there's anyone who has questions, you can, I think there'll be roving mics or there are mics here. You can just stand and go and ask your question by the microphone. Okay.
How are you going to encourage or to put pressure on governments in Africa? Because when you look at governments in Africa, tourism is the last priority. And yet when there are professions like you are leaders, you come in place, you have to put pressure on government to increase on resources, to put in more efforts so that the young people can use it. The governments like in Uganda, tourism is so recent that the government is putting a lot of resources in the sector. But in the past, it was nobody, we just used to know to go to the zoo. Get it? So we need you young professionals to work hand in hand with governments. You get it? Put them on pressure. So that, like in Uganda, every year we have around 10,000 students coming from various universities with professionals in tourism. But in the due course, we lose them, they go to other sectors. So how are we going to make the sustainability that from the schools, they come directly to us there? What strategies have you put in place to encourage young people to enter the tourism sector as a source of income or to create business empires?
In line with the question that was raised, like I said earlier, I'm from Zimbabwe and I also sit on a board as a trustee in an organization called Zimbabwe Youth Development and Empowerment Trust. And recently I actually started my own company called Hakuna Matata Travel and Tours. So often we've been told as young people that we are a generation of entitlement, a generation that thinks that we are entitled to certain privileges in our countries, that the government has to do something for us. Ask not what your country can do for you. So it begins with you in seeing an opportunity. So if you see that there's an opportunity in the tourism industry, like earlier on there was an investment presentation that was given by the Ugandan Minister of Finance, and he highlighted a long list of opportunities that are available in Uganda. He talked about the cable car to the top of the mountain. He talked about so many things. So it's about you first identifying that there's an opportunity, this is a business gap that I want to explore. And then once you do that, you start researching, go to the tourist board and tell them I'm a young person. Obviously there are policies, there are regulations that you're supposed to adhere to. And then you start debating and you tell them, okay, I'm a young person, obviously I do not have the resources, the financing, so how then are you going to assist us? You don't just go and approach them and say, you know what, I'm a young person, I want you to do this. Tell them, this is what I want to do, I've identified 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, this is how I intend on doing it, so how are you going to assist me now as government? That's what I would say. There's another question, there was a lady who was standing.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sonia Nadija, a student from YMCA, Kampala branch. I'm doing tourism and travel management, a diploma. My other students, we try to come up with different businesses in tourism industry. But among the businesses we've been planning to do is travel, is safari companies, charity plus tourism company. Because in tourism, there are very many things you can do. But nobody in the morning or the envelope or someone's office looking for something to do that you can spread something out of what you're planning. So because of that, we have very many ideas in our heads, but we don't know how can get the facilities, the money, the ideas, and especially in Uganda. and employment. So being as a we try to come up with very ideas. So as personally, Sonia, we with a few friends, everyone, we wanted to open up a tour company. We set the name. That's very, very trying to face right now is the capital. Yeah, we have ideas, but we don't know for the industry. And one thing I'm going to ask you, who are going to the tour, how did you manage your company, your product? Because I've tried to sit down and think about it, I don't know how to solve the financial issues. So maybe you have something you can tell us to do, how we can manage and be a better people like you. Thank you.
Going through the same thing that she's going through. Like I said before, I went to school and I have a master's in nutrition, and what my passion is in is two different things. So the way I'm able to finance myself is through working extremely hard day and night as a dietitian, and then being able to take off. My interest is into tourism and traveling and seeing and creating this product that I want, because as of right now I live in New York, but I have to come back into Tanzania to tour and see different places. So throughout the year I save my money. All I do is save my money, and then when I'm ready to come on my trip, I take my trip, I do everything I need to do, I collect all my information, take it back to the US, and that's how I'm able to finance myself. But there's different opportunities that you could be able to look into. I think there's like scholarships, there's different programs, but work with what you have. And then the other thing is work with your diaspora. There's a lot of people who are in like United States or like other countries that you could be able to partner up with. To be able to work where you get guests from that side to come on this side, especially the young people who want to come and visit. So for us young people going back, I think we need to be more creative, and we need to tell our story, especially with social media. Just tell it.
Thank you. I'm talking about my experience too. I think Rwanda is the first country in doing business in Africa. So we start already, but like Africans, we have just to continue, maybe have the conference, talk about everything. So we must to love our country, we must to love Africa. Because some young professionals, when they get chance, they go to start outside and they stay there. So why not to go there and learn what they give you and to come back to Africa? So that's the problem. Then we can build Africa, we can visit together. That I say today, I'm not Rwandese, I'm African. Because when you say I'm Rwandese together, so we never be like America or Europe. So the first of all, we have to love Africa. We have to exchange.